Y'all thought I was done? Oh no, I got one more with me. Let's talk about Sparkle. Welcome to my channel. Let me not forget. But I got some things I want to say about Miss Sparkle. Shout out to Wavette Blackwell and Joshua Givens. I do appreciate you too. So, let's get started.
Sparkle's husband did a documentary. Well, it was published on 2017. So way before Surviving Lies, way before all of that, he did a documentary talking about how Sparkle cheated on him with R. Kelly. And so just to refresh your memory on what I said in my other video or the article that I read, I'm going to show you guys that really quickly. And then I'm going to go to this video where her husband talks about how she cheated on him with R. Kelly. So just to give you guys a refresher, so this is what I posted on my page in the other video. It was a snippet of this article from the Judiciary Report. And in this article, it says, for years, people have claimed Rashana Lamphere was the underage girl featured in R. Kelly's sex tape. She is now in her 20s and reportedly the daughter of his former guitarist and niece of his ex-protege and one-time girlfriend, singer Sparkle Stephanie Edwards. So, this right here is saying that, Sparkle was his one-time girlfriend. And people, like I said, they were talking a lot of mess in the comment section. So I came across this video, and like I said, this documentary was way before the Surviving Lies documentary aired on Lifetime. So this isn't somebody that's trying to ride the wave of the documentary coattails. This isn't him trying to get clout off of the documentary. This came before that was ever even posted. Him talking about R. Kelly and Sparkle's relationship. They also talk about how they thought that R. Kelly put out a hit out on somebody. I don't know. But I'm just going to show you guys what they had to say. I guess my words is what they saying is allegedly. I don't know if I'm supposed to say allegedly because it ain't my words, it's theirs. But here is that video for you guys where he talks about how R. Kelly and Sparkle messed around. So here goes right here. So let me move over. So let me show you guys a little bit of this, and I'm going to try to breeze through this without getting flagged for copyright. So just to refresh your memory, who these people were, they were a group under R. Kelly as well called Public Announcement.
Years as they join us to do their latest thing. Don't overcomplicate your trading. Hey guys and gals, my name is Jason Bond, and I'm the Do you like teenage girls?
What the hell?
On Jive Records entitled Honey Love, a great welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for R. Kelly and Public Announcement.
So that is like a teaser of their song, Give Me That Honey Love. Y'all know that song. Okay, so let me go on over to another one.
Screaming, hollering, yelling, it was like really fun. That's the point where everything was competition.
So they say that they started to be a competition between them and R. Kelly. And again, I can't play it all for you guys, but I'm going to get to the important part where he talks about how Sparkle and R. Kelly had a little situation going on. Let me go to it. So this is Sparkle's husband, and this is him talking about it.
Mr. R. Kelly. to find out that him and my wife Sparkle was messing around was my greatest downfall. I know it was time ago when we were on the road. I was turning.
So let me play that again for y'all.
I know it was messing because we was oh man, Mr. R. Kelly. To find out that him and my wife Sparkle was messing around was my greatest downfall.
So, I'm a firm believer once you get caught up in one set of lies, your whole story becomes questionable. So the more I began to research about Miss Sparkle, knowing that her story just didn't sound right, including her interview on The Breakfast Club where she details getting this tape, somebody random just out the blue called her to see this tape and all this other bull crap. She wouldn't name any names at that time, but she forgot these names have already been publicized. And this is a fact. They just out here playing. But anywho, let's see what this says. After court proceedings got underway 40 minutes after the usual start time, defense attorney Ed Ginson read two stipulations to the jury before stating the defense rests its case. Ginson said that if personal injury attorney William Buddy Myers testified, he would say that the alleged victim's relatives contacted him about representation and that he was never in possession of the video. Now, if you'll go back and watch her interviews, she will tell you some random strange person called her up about the tapes, when that is a motherfucking lie. She got a hold to them tapes, probably by Barry Hankerson, by Keith Muriel, by somebody in there who got the tape from Lisa Van Allen, who cooked up this plan. So they, instead of going to the police, start trying to get them an attorney so that they can extort money from R. Kelly. That's how it went down. So contrary to her story, he flat out said he was never in possession of the video. Maybe he didn't want to be in possession of this so-called video that they're trying to claim as child porn, because that is a fucking crime. Myers' testimony would impeach Stephanie Sparkle Edwards, the alleged victim's aunt. Like I told you before, they were not publicizing this girl's name. It was certain bloggers who came across this information and other bloggers ran with it. So for all you people that keep insisting it's Rashonda Landfair in this video, again, where's your proof? All these people with the allegations are not credible. Sparkle has lied about how she's come across this tape. She said this guy, Buddy Myers, contacted her about the tape when he says it was a lie. She contacted him trying to get representation. And it was in December 2001. But according to Sparkle and this article I pulled up, she says, remember back December, I have it all written down. 12/17, 12/14 is when I got a call. The weekend passed. 12/17, I got another call from the Buddy Myers guy's office. They wanted me to have my family to view the tape to give them a chance before they went to authorities. But the gag is nobody ever went to authorities. They went straight to the press. Make that make sense. So I said, well, I'm not going to have my family do anything unless I know it's my niece. But again, she's lying. He said, the person she said contacted her, Buddy Myers, said they contacted him trying to get representation. So she's lying. Period. So let's run down this story. Since we couldn't get the truth from Sparkle or surviving R. Kelly, this is what I believe to happen. Sparkle was having an affair with R. Kelly. She came to find out he was married. She got mad and plotted on revenge. It's that simple. She thought her family would roll with her, but they chose not to. So she tells the public they fell out because she identified her niece. No, they fell out because she publicly shamed her niece for her own fucking gain. All because she's scorned. Now, if you recall in Surviving R. Kelly, you had this trench bull looking bitch right here. Javonta Cunningham, however you say her name. Well, she's the one who allegedly saw R. Kelly having sex with Aaliyah, right? No, she is Sparkle's god niece, or I don't know what they call themselves. All these people, like I said, are connected. Here they are together. Old picture, recent picture. They are all connected. As far as her saying she was never married, guess what? She's lying. Says right here. Sparkle also married and subsequently divorced one of Kelly's group members, Earl Robinson, who performed with him in the early 90s as part of R. Kelly in public announcement. So as far as them saying he left the group because he saw certain things, maybe he left the group because he found out his wife was having sex with his fucking band member. Does that make more sense to you? In these old articles, you will hear how they keep printing about these bootleg copies of this so-called child porn that was all distributed as a result of Lisa Van Allen, Sparkle, Barry Hankerson, Keith Muriel. Why aren't all these people listed in this indictment since we are harnessing about this child porn? In a BET interview, Kelly said that Sparkle was bitter because a deal for him to produce her next album didn't work out. According to Sparkle, the deal didn't work out because she wanted to bring in a new producer. What she left out was that new producer was her husband. And if anybody knows much about R. Kelly, he comes to the conclusion when he's producing a project, he's the only producer. And I guess Sparkle thought she was going to be special in some way. Found out that wasn't the case. Motive. A woman scorned will stop at nothing to get her revenge. Another article on how member of public announcement speaks on how he found out his wife Sparkle was cheating on him with R. Kelly. But yet, according to Sparkle, she was never married. And she never had a relationship with R. Kelly. Then you got an article that she did with Jim Derogatis talking about, I knew the history, was told of the history, never seen anything. I just was like, come on, R. Whenever she was around, I was, come on, just knowing how he is. I just felt if I wasn't around, he was going to watch her. With my niece, I don't want anything like that to happen, she says. But if you recall, she did say her niece was never unattended with R. Kelly. So I don't understand how he could have made this tape with her if he was never unattended with her. Then to come back and say, oh, you never seen anything, so you felt like he was going to watch her. Which is it? And then when she's talking about the origins of this sex tape, she's asked, they wanted you to ID the girl in the video so they can shake him down. They're talking about extortion. She says, I don't know what they wanted. If they wanted money, but I'm assuming that was their MO. So she answers, she doesn't know what they wanted, but she's pretty sure that's what their motive was. So again, she's playing dumb in this Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Oh, some random person just hit her up. No, she conspired with Barry Hankerson and some other people on how they were going to try to extort money from R. Kelly. And they were going to use her to say that it was her niece in the tape, which she did. The problem was her niece was not going down with the program. And so they figured they'd tell the public that they bought off their niece. The problem is, again, you're going to have to show proof of this. And I can't wait to see it. Because it doesn't make sense to me to say that R. Kelly paid these people off, yet they filed bankruptcy not once, not twice, but 3 times. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm just not going to buy it. To even go as far as to say now they were paid $2 million, that's crazy. She says, this is how R. Kelly intimidated the landfarers by either blackmailing them or saying, you're going to go down if I go down. How could they go down if he go down if they're not doing anything? What are you now trying to imply, Sparkle? Here is where I come to the conclusion that it was Barry Hankerson that got all this popping. Because Jim Derogatis accidentally reports, he must have forgot by now, but we ain't forgot because we could pull this article up. He says, he never has. I'm sure that tape came by BH. Not directly. He's wondering about the police investigation. So BH, who do you think BH is? Barry Hankerson. And he also makes note of he's wondering about the police investigation. That is another red flag indicating they did not want to go to the authorities. They wanted to take this to the press to squeeze money out of R. Kelly. Blackmail, extortion, straight out of their mouth. Some people are asked the stupid question, oh, why would Barry Hankerson do this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Barry Hankerson was getting sued left and right. Barry Hankerson should be the real person with the racketeering charges because according to some of his dealings, he's been sued by quite a lot of people. Everything he's ever touched in business has fallen the fuck apart. He's been sued by a woman for domestic abuse and also spreading rumors that the woman had HIV. Woman sues record producer X for millions, 5.8 million. Then when Aaliyah died, people act like, oh, he just cares so much about Aaliyah. This man is trying to get her as a tax write-off, as a deductible. He wanted to get paid for her death. But her family quickly shut that shit down. Did y'all know that? Aaliyah's family had to ensure that this man could not get any financial gain from the death of Aaliyah. Meanwhile, he's sitting out here spreading these conspiracies on how R. Kelly and Aaliyah were married. Did you all know Toni Braxton sued Barry Hankerson as well? Did y'all know that after being fired by R. Kelly, Barry Hankerson reached out to Jim DeRogatis, making these allegations in the early 2000s about his so-called concern about R. Kelly? This is what got Jim DeRogatis' interest. Barry Hankerson. But Barry Hankerson should have been worried about his own problems, his lawsuits. The fact that because of him, a lot of music created by his company at the time, Blackground Records, will not be streamed. Aaliyah's music will fade away. People like Tank, who had the audacity to speak out against R. Kelly, who once praised R. Kelly, but is in no better situation because he got pimped out of his fucking royalties. But to wrap this up, just a little bit more reasonable doubt pertaining to Sparkle. She's lied about too many things in her story to be deemed a credible witness. So, if you ask me, everything Sparkle has to offer should be shut down. Because just like everybody else, soon as she got finished talking about R. Kelly, what did she do? Release a song. As they always do. Release something they can promote behind the scandal. As always, I look forward to reading your comments. Just to show you again, some of y'all, if y'all didn't catch the last video, this is my Cash App. I do appreciate those that have already showed their support. I do appreciate those that share the video, that like the video, that comment on the video. Let's keep this channel rolling, because I'm going to keep searching these facts and keep bringing them to your attention. Now, I also like to know, who would you like to see me break down? Because I could just go on and on and on and on about all the people that just rubbed me wrong. I'd like to know, who rubbed you all wrong pertaining to surviving R. Kelly? What lies do you feel have yet to be exposed? Let's talk about it. Have a great night.